category N vandalised bike. The wiring loom was cut a hole in the bars here because my soldering is quite pants. Now you think I know this bike like the back of my hand really, but I have a bloody USB connector. Oh, fudge. Thank God for that. Mr. Sheen. He's running so rough. How do, ladies and gents? And welcome back to the channel, guys. And yes, we are finally doing another video on Midnight. Now, it has been 6 months or more since I last did a video on Midnight because she has been put away for winter. But now the actual sun is back out. I have probably ridden her maybe twice this year. And for those who don't know, Midnight is my Kawasaki VN900 bobber, which last year I bought as a category N vandalised bike. Because basically, from the state that we saw her in, she looked like she had tried to be stolen. The handlebars were bent back, which pierced the tank. The wiring loom was cut, which was an absolute nightmare to try and get put right because she would not start. No matter what I did, I couldn't get her to run. But after a lot of troubleshooting, sending her to a garage and a few other bits and pieces, it ended up needing a genuine ignition barrel, which I bought a cheap one off eBay. Didn't work, so it needed the genuine one. And it was the fuel relay that was also the problem. And then we cut off the rear end and turned her into a bobber. And she looks absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love this bike. But as you've probably seen above, part of the reason why I've not ridden her that much this year or even last year is she struggles to maintain at 30 or 40 or 50 mile an hour. It seems like she stutters. So in this video, we are finally going to Dynojet the bike. But first, before we do that, one of the things I'm not happy about, and that has been bugging me for ages, is this wiring loom. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut a hole in the bars here, and we are going to feed this line through the bars because there is a hole just underneath here. So we're going to hide all the wires through the handlebars to make it look all nice and neat, but we do need to extend them. So I do need to remove the fuel tank, but as I have not ridden her that much this year, and before I put her away, I ended up putting a lot of fuel in it. But she is still a stunning bike. She does need a bit of a clean because of the fact she is dirty. Got quite a bit of dust on her because she's been sat for so long. But yeah, that paint, oh, it looks still, even now, absolutely stunning. So what I bought, guys, is I bought a little Dremel kit so I can literally curve out some small holes because I'm going to drill, but obviously I can't just drill just a normal circle. It needs to be expanded ever so slightly so I can obviously put the cable through with the connector. So I also have got some of these. Now these are absolutely brilliant. So for those who don't know what these are, basically they are tubes that you stick your cables into if you're going to solder, and you don't need to solder anymore because as soon as you put them through one in each end, you get heat gun, and basically it will melt that solder straight over both of them wires, so you don't need to worry about soldering because my soldering is quite pants. But then saying that, I should give myself a bit more credit because it has turned out really, really well. Like I say, she is absolutely dusty. First thing I need to do before I can actually get to any part of that is I need to remove the seat. Now, with this bobber kit, you can't just easily remove the seat. It is done by 3 bolts, which we are going to do now. So much more easier. So a bit of a result, guys. I actually thought I was going to need to remove the fuel tank to do this wiring, but I don't. Let me show you. Now you think I know this bike like the back of my hand really, but I did have the intention, because obviously we've got to put the Power Commander in, taking the whole tank off, and I was also going to check the fuel pump, because one thing, let me find my keys. When this was painted, the issue I did have was, oh, I can't find my key. Oh, here it is. Yeah, when this was painted, in this nozzle here, get the key in, turn, pop, turn. They ended up painting a little bit in here. So what I had to do, because this was actually starting to flake off, so I gently, before it started pouring over here, not pouring, but the paint started peeling off over here, I sanded this back, I put a rag in there, But I also wondered if any of this had actually fallen in, not from when I was sanding, but from just the paint of when it was there before. Because obviously I'm trying to troubleshoot to find out what could potentially be doing it, but I think it could be because the exhaust has had the O2 sensors blanked out. So I'm wondering if it's running rich, because if you do throttle it sometimes it puffs out a little bit of black smoke. So I thought to myself, right, it's over fueling. That could be the reason why. I did also think it could be my my cables, but I don't think it's that. But hindsight anyway, it does need to have a map done to it because it's got an air filter on, it's got exhaust on, so we're probably better off, and also we can give it a bit more power. So sorry, I'm waffling. So yeah, all I need to do is I just need to pull this tank back or lift it up slightly. Oh, I'm doing this one hand, so I've got to be so careful. Yeah, basically, they're literally just there. So as long as I can uncouple this one. Oh no. Oh, that's a lot more cables than I thought. And then I've got this one here. So basically, I need these two. That's a lot more cables than I thought. And also, looking at that, I don't think, because the idea was to be able to push the connector through the bars. So if someone wanted to take these bars off, they could easily do that. But now I've just seen that, I don't think that's going to be simple to do. I think it's just going to have to be, I'm going to do it anyway, because it would just look a lot better. But I think if anyone needs to remove these bars, they're going to have to cut the cables and then pull it out and then resolder them up. So here's the connectors. This is for the left one. So you've got 2 wires here on this one, and you've got 8 on that one. And like I say, if I put a hole in this, like if you match this connector here up to that, this would slide through. Just to, well, I don't know if it would, I wouldn't know if it would make it around that bend, but yeah, you can't do it. Now, after a lot of jiggery pokery, I've managed to make that. Hopefully, I can get that out now with my Dremel kit. Right, this is my little Dremel kit. Expecting I'm going to have a 12-volt piece. I don't. I have a bloody USB connector. Sometimes Amazon isn't the place to always go. Okay, so that sucks. So I've got to go back on Amazon and buy a better one. But also, I've just realised I need to buy metal Dremel tools, which I don't have because that kit don't have it. Okay, so that's both ones done. Obviously it'll look a lot nicer when the Dremel kit comes, because then also I'll get a bit of paint and I'll cover these over, and you won't see it anyway because it's underneath and it'll be covered by the wires. So yeah, now I've got to wait for the Dremel kit. So I'm back, guys, for another day, because I had to get these. Luckily I got them on Amazon. I realised I don't need the Dremel tool itself, because these will work well in my drill. That so isn't the neatest. It really is not. What I'm now doing with a little bit of hammerite spray, which I sprayed into this cap, I'm just going over obviously the bits that are in grounded metal, and I'm even going over this slight little bits that I've caught. While that's drying, I need a small nut or something heavy. It's got a bit of weight to it. That might be perfect. Now there is method to my madness, because what I wanted to do is I've got one of these, and on the end there is, or it's not at the moment because I've taken it off, there was a magnet, but the magnet won't fit through that hole there. But this will. Oh no, when you, oh, it's working so well. So the idea was, I was going to drop this screw on a bit of rope there, let gravity bring it all the way down this pipe, and then I was going to use this to stick up there and grab it. As you can see now, guys, I've managed to pull these through. It took a little bit longer than intended, but hey ho, they're through at least. So now I don't have to worry. Now it's just obviously cutting these and pulling all the wires through. I want to try and save as much of this as possible, because if I can maybe cut the insulation, I don't know, somewhere about here, because obviously that's going to go there, that's going to come around like that, and that's going to come out. Moment of truth, I'm absolutely bricking it. I don't like doing wires whatsoever, so I know I can put them back together, but let's just do it. There we go. Okay, it's done. Now I've just got to pray that these will go through. So I just need to pull. I don't want that to go in. Jeez, I was lucky. So, see how this goes. Oh, fudge. It is right there. Oh. Okay. Oh. Thank God for that. All that was stuck right there. Oh. So if you guys are thinking of doing this, cut this off first. Right guys, so we're going to try this again. This time we're not going to cover the wires with stupid insulation like that. Right, it is at the end. Ah, okay, it's come through. Ah, there we go. Well, finally, after about another hour trying to get them through, they're all through as well. Okay guys, so I've gone out, got some more cable, my favourite colour, orange. So I've cut off, that's the length I need. I need 14 of them. So to obviously match all that, and it's going to give me a bit more of an overhang on it, so then I can push it back up into the actual bars. So then I know it's got a bit more play, even obviously me changing direction and stuff, so it's not going to pull and rip or anything like that. So yeah, let's do 14 of them. Okay, so here is the first one. I have got to solder it yet, but these things are absolutely brilliant from what I've seen. This is the first time I'm using them. They've got basically a bit of solder in the middle. You get your heat gun and just heat all this up. That solder goes over both of them, and this shrinks as well. So I've just finished up. As you can see, what I've done is I've actually put heat shrink over there, because I might actually leave all these exposed. I've got to say though, these things, or these things here, are absolutely amazing. I wish I'd known about them so long ago, because yeah, they are absolutely brilliant. If you guys are looking to solder in, just buy them. I bought them off of Amazon, a few quid. There we go, they are all done. They're just cooling down now. These are the first ones, and like I say, they've come out really well. I'm very happy with them. Like I say, they are still a bit warm, so I'm just let them cool down for a little second, and then we're going to plug them in. There we go, tanks on and in place. These are up a bit, so all you're going to see is them. It looks so much more tidier now, it really does. Like I said, that's come out really well in there and in there. And if you watch, bend the bars, no touch. Hang on one sec, swap hands. No touch. Now that the wiring and everything's all done through the bars, which I'm really happy with, I must admit, we have got, yes, the Power Commander 6, which is the latest Dynojet they do. So with this one, the reason why I went for it is, one, obviously because it's the latest, but it does fuel and air. So this is actually meant for the VN900. It's got quite a bit, so it's only a tiny little box. You've got the little sort of USB connection here on the side. Luckily it is only tiny, so I am going to be able to hide it. More than likely I'll have it stuck to the bottom of the seat by Velcro, because that's what it comes with. But now I've got to try and route it through, obviously through here, which might be a bit of a pain actually. I might have to go a different way, because obviously the main loom, as you can see here, goes all the way down here and through there. That is actually where I wanted to go, but as you can see, it's not giving me a huge amount of room. So what I might have to do is do the other side. There should be, if I can bring it in through underneath here, I can bring it in on this side here and then wrap it and bring it over the top, and then run along maybe the inside or go underneath here and follow this all the way along here. So as I said, here's the actual lead itself. There's quite a few connectors, but it looks quite intimidating, but it's only unplug and plug. Like I said, it does look a bit intimidating, but it also gives you instructions in the box here. And I know a lot of us guys don't use them, but I will use them for this because I don't like wires. Like I said, I don't mind most things, but wires I absolutely hate. So, right, first of all, let's get this wiring loom through. Let's stick that through there. I am going to have to go on the left side of this to get all this through, because I can't use, it's just too many plugs. So we're going to go on the left. Alright, so that's going to come up, it's going to follow this line here. I'm going to cable tie it to that. So first of all, if I'm not mistaken, these are the first two that we need to connect, which are for the injectors. Lay the PC Power Commander 6 near the battery temporarily. Route the PC6 under the frame and route alongside the stock harness towards the throttle bodies, like we've just done. Unplug the stock wiring harness from both of the fuel injectors on the top of the bodies. Plug the PC6 harness in line with the stock fuel injectors. Connect orange coloured PC wire to the front cylinder. Good. Right. Number one. Right, so the orange one, which is going to be you. Connect to there. That, if I'm not mistaken, went under. Just that underneath. And stick that in there. Right, okay. That's that one. Here's the rear, which we're connecting that in there. And the yellow goes in there. Locate the throttle body sensor, which is going to be that one there. Locate the throttle body sensor and connect, unplug. Okay. Trusty screwdriver sometimes works. It's going to go like so, in there. And this one runs down into there, like so. So guys, with the ignition one, I followed the cable from the other side. I brought it all the way down here, and this will be cable tied together to this point here. So the green and black cable goes into the blue and black, with the white and blue taking its place. We've then pulled out the black from this one here on the left side. That is gone to green, and in its place we have got white and green. And then I've taken out the primary or the live one off of this coil just because it's short. I could have used this one. You can use either or, and you use obviously this connector in here, and then you follow it off by that. So that's what powers all this. So guys, we now got to take this cover off, because the final bit to this is the crank sensor. Okay, so that one will go in here, like so, and this one just replaces it. Okay, so there we are, as easy as that. Mr. Sheen. Now, if you haven't seen one of my previous videos, these belts do crack, and when I took it to the garage that I go to, which is basically these old school bikers that have Harleys and everything like that. A lot of the Harley guys have belts on theirs, and you can buy from Harley a spray to go on your belt. One of the guys told me about Mr. Sheen because it has got more silicone in this than the actual Harley spray has to keep your belt in good order. And this costs you a few quid from Sainsbury's or Tesco's, and this other spray that you get from Harley costs about 20-25 quid. So you might as well just use this. So that is what I am going to do. Well, there we go, guys. She is fully back together now. You wouldn't even know she's got the old Dynojet on there because it's all hidden. And to be fair, this is the funny thing, right? That's probably taken me about an hour, maybe 2 hours to do that. If I took that to a shop, which that is very simple to do, that would have cost me 200, and I think it was 250 quid just to install that. So it's something you can easily do yourself. All the instructions are sent to you, and like I say, most of the people that do own bikes have know-how of how to look after them because they're their pride and joy, basically. So yeah, guys, if you're looking to put a Dynojet onto a VN900, do it yourself because it's so simple. So I've taken the seat off again because one thing I haven't checked is I haven't checked to see if it runs. I need the seat off for that, so I need to see obviously if this is working. Now, I'm not going to ride it as such because I'm going to take it straight down when I can to get it all mapped. So first thing I'm going to do is we're going to try the ignition and see what happens. Oh, heard that flash. Heard it flash, sorry, I saw it flash. It's got power. So I've got a funny feeling it is going to run, but I think it's going to run poorly, but we don't know. Let's test it out. Gosh, he's running so rough. Yeah, that's unrideable. Yeah, she's not happy whatsoever. That is even worse than it was running before, because at least it would run, it just wouldn't stay nicely at say 30 mile an hour, 40 mile an hour. It just kept sort of like kangarooing. So right, I'm gonna have to rent a van and put it in the back and take it to a shop because yeah, there's no way I can ride that down there. So guys, that is going to bring us to the end of the video. I'm really sorry if you were looking to see her put on a rolling road. I was intending to do that, but unfortunately that last clip you saw was quite a few weeks ago, and the place that I am going to take it to can't fit me in anytime soon. So she is going to be sat in the garage waiting to be taken down there. So there is going to be one more video on midnight, and that will obviously be her getting her remap done to grab more power and stop that stuttering at the steady speed. So in this video you have seen finally all the cables and everything, okay, the wires, sorry, tucked into the bars. Someone did comment about that last year and say, why don't you put that in there on one of the modifications? You're absolutely right. It was something I was intending to do, but I just wanted to ride her because it was getting towards the end of summer. So I just literally cable tied them, the unsightly look of them on the side, but now I put them all the way through. But within this video as well, if you are looking to do a Power Commander of any kind, mine is a Power Commander 6, you can now see how you run the wires and where you connect them to. So mine's a Power Commander 6. It is the most expensive one. The cheapest place I actually found it was Dynojet UK. Everywhere else wanted to charge about £500. I got mine for about $420 or something like that. Very, you know, quite a bit of discount on there. So if you're looking to get one, that's where I got it. Hopefully, if you are looking, get it from there and it will still have its same price. So please put some comments down below of what you think of Midnight if you have not seen her before. Also potentially other modifications, but I think all honestly, once the remap's done, that'll be the end of the series of Midnight. But please hit like, please hit subscribe to keep it more future content, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care, guys, stay safe, and as always, ta-da.